Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Avon Valley. Well, I recorded a video today, and I made the rookiest of rookie mistakes. I recorded an entire video in one take and just one long clip, and when I got done, I realized that I didn't have any audio. I had the wrong mic selected. So let me explain to you what happened here. I switched from using GeForce Experience for recording to OBS because it records nicer video. It records at a constant frame rate, so it will easily go into my editor, and I don't have to run everything through Handbrake. It just makes life easier. Well, my USB mic had really, really low volume, and GeForce Experience had a boost that would compensate for the low volume. OBS doesn't have anything comparable. It has something, but it doesn't work very well. So I went back to my old USB audio device and an SM58 clone for a microphone, and that sounded a lot better. So I recorded this episode using OBS and what I thought was my SM58 clone, and well, you see the results. So I'm going to kind of try to narrate as we go along. I have made some changes. So what I'm going to do now is it's January. It's late in the day. We had about $910,644. So we're going to go ahead and sleep because we have some things to do in February. So we're going to go ahead and sleep right now, so you guys can see all of the money that we make overnight. And when you're up all day long, if you stay up, and work all day long, you're not going to make as much overnight because you see we went up to 1.282. You're not going to make as much overnight because you've already been paid every hour. If you wake up at 8 and you do a couple of things and then you go to sleep at 11, you're going to make a lot more money in that overnight drop because you've slept all those hours. So that's kind of how that works. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to go over to our formerly sorghum field, and we are going to replant it in sorghum. Although I think once we get over there, we will discover that we're almost out of seeds and fertilizer, which I'm looking at right now, and I should have looked at before I got over here and opened up the seeder. But I didn't. So I think ultimately OBS plus this microphone is going to translate to better videos. I I hope so. Um, I think what I upload to YouTube is of a pretty high quality, but then when I watch it back on YouTube later on, it's been recompressed and it doesn't look nearly as good. So, I have a high upload speed. I don't care how big my files are. I'll send big files to YouTube. So I'm going to keep sending the highest possible quality files I can to YouTube, in the hopes that when they compress it, it'll come out looking okay. Because if I send them anything already compressed, it ends up looking pretty bad. All right, so we're going to buy some seeds. Buy some fertilizer first. For right after these came out, up until just recently, the auto load trailers would not pick up these pallets. I don't know why, but I tried one yesterday on an auto load trailer, a pallet auto load specialization trailer, not a universal auto load trailer, and it picked it up. So I don't know if universal auto load will as well. I do not know. So we're going to fill this up. And these horse mods, they always have real touchy loading zones. I usually use the Pronto 9 DC because it's 9 meters wide, and you can get a multi-fruit that will seed anything, but it's real hard to put fertilizer in, especially from anything that kind of dumps from overhead like a silo. Alright, I'm going to try to get some seeds in here now. And again, getting that loading zone is touchy. I should title this episode, Dave Can't Drive. Well, I can't drive and talk at the same time. That's my problem. So, this is probably not going to be the greatest video in the world, but we'll get it out there. I figure it's better to be regular than to miss a day because your artistic sensibilities are injured. I spent a lot of years as an actor getting rejected, so I really don't have any artistic sensibilities left. They've been ground down to a nub. Alright, so I'm going to do a headland on this field. I know it's probably not necessary, but I really want to make sure that the worker is not going to go off course and start planting stuff in places they're not supposed to be planting it. I have lost a half a field before because I wasn't paying attention. And workers make some odd decisions sometimes. I mean, I don't know that they don't have brains, but I really wonder what's going on in their brain. This was a really good field. We got a really good yield on the grain. Got a ton of straw off of it. This time, however, I'm pretty sure we're going to have to spray it for weeds. You can see the weeds are already there. I suppose we could plow it again, but I mean, it's just as easy to respray it, or to spray it, as it is to replow it. And this is one of those examples. I was talking and talking and talking, and I set up to go down this next row, and then I realized, oh yeah, I wasn't doing that. I was going to go around the headland. So now I make the right turn. Or maybe I don't. Yes, I do. If you're still watching this, I seriously appreciate you. We're having fun. We're doing some farming. Okay, so our plans have changed. Now, I know I talked about doing donuts, and we are still going to do donuts, and we are still going to put our windmill, grain mill up on the hill. And I found one, by the way, that it's a windmill, and it's also a grain mill, and it does flour from wheat, barley, oats, sorghum, all of the stuff that a normal grain mill does, but it also does flour from canola and from soybeans. So, and corn, and that may be all. But yeah, we're going to put that in, and we're going to make soybean flour out of our soybeans. And then with our straw, I know I talked about putting that in the BGA. I'm really not sure that that's the best plan. I started looking at that formula, and it's really, I don't think that's the best use for our straw. And I was thinking that, and then yesterday, a brand new mod came out, and it's straw products production, and you can use straw to make straw hats and other straw accessories, and also straw crates. So I think we are going to, well, I know because I've already recorded this video, but we are going to install the straw products factory. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to grab the loading wagon, and then I'm going to get all of our straw out of the silo. And then we're going to take it over to our production area, and we're going to install the factory, and we're going to put all this straw in it, or as much straw as it will hold. $611,000 liters. We have a 750,000 liter loading wagon because we're using the new load compression technology. And so we're going to be able to get it all in there, but it's going to take a very, very long time. So I'm going to cut here, and I'll bring you back when this thing is full. Okay, our loading wagon is filled up. So we're going to get it over to our production area. We're going to build our factory. I really think this is going to be a good mod for us. Something different. I kind of get into the same old routines and tend to use the same mods over and over and over again. And finding new mods really makes the game fresh. So I highly suggest that even if you found a really successful way of starting a map, that you explore some other options. There's always more than one way to accomplish a task. And it's kind of fun to set some ground rules for yourself. Like, I will not use the farm products production, or I will not use the open air gardens. That's hard for me. Those just, they make so much money. So, if I'm going to do a fun let's play, those are probably going to be involved. If I'm going to do something more serious where I'm trying to survive, then no, I'm going to get away from those. So there is our straw products production. That's what the building looks like. $70,000. Ground's not really that level over here. I softened it a little bit, but I didn't really level anything. I didn't want all the grass to go away. So The building's going to have to do some leveling on its own. That is the pickup place and also the place where you dump straw. If you look at those two barricades there, you can slide those out of the way. Actually, I think if you choose spawning in the menu, those will slide back up into the building, and your pallets will spawn right there where they are. But as long as the barricades are there, your pallets will not spawn. Which, it's kind of a cool visual, but I'm not sure it actually accomplishes anything. I mean, you can just tell it to store, and your pallets won't spawn. So, but it is a very cool visual. Alright, so I was trying to decide exactly where to place this, and I ended up putting it where I did because I thought I'd have enough room to drive past the clothes over there in the tailor shop on the right, and still then drive behind this building to pick up pallets of straw accessories and straw crates. Which I think I got a pretty good placement, and I didn't encroach on the road too much. And that's where you dump the straw. And then that's where your pallets spawn. So we're going to dump some straw. And I should have known that there's no way in the world that this building is going to take 500,000 liters of straw. But I brought it all with me anyway. It actually does take 500,000 liters of straw. So I should have stopped at 500,000 and not brought the rest of it, but it's all good. It's easy enough to put it back in the silo. Boy, this trailer unloads a whole lot faster than it loads from that silo. So in addition to straw, which is obvious, this production is also going to require water. We're going to go down and look at exactly what the production requires. And you can see there 10 straw plus 0.5 water equals 1 accessory. And then straw crates, 10 straw plus 1 water equals 1 straw crate. So that's a pretty good conversion rate. We're going to get 250,000 liters of... Actually, no, we're not. We're going to get 50,000 liters of accessories. So, we should do okay. Accessories plus crates. Because it's a 10 to 1 thing. Workers getting on pretty well. Getting that field seeded with sorghum again. Again, we chose sorghum because we can feed it to the chickens, and with the mod, we now get straw from it. And straw is actually worth something. For the first time in this game, I love this mod that they've embraced one of the more worthless products in the game and given it worth, given you a reason to need straw other than to make manure, which is not a very glorious existence if that is your only purpose in life, is to make manure. So anyway, I'm glad that straw now has a higher purpose. So now we're going to grab the tanker. Or not. Maybe we're going to go somewhere else. But I thought we were going to grab the tanker. Oh, I see what I'm doing. I remember. I was looking to see if this distributor would distribute water at the top of the hour, because it's only 7 minutes until the top of the hour. So, but there's not a whole lot in there. So I figured I would just go over and take a tanker and fill the thing up. But the tanker currently has some slurry in it. So we're going to fill it up with the rest of the slurry from the cow barn here. And we'll take it over and drop that at the BGA. Pretty day, huh? It's rained a lot since I've been on this map. And of course, Dave, you forgot that you needed to go to the BGA to dump the slurry first, because you can't put slurry in your accessories factory. I have no idea what I'm rambling on about at this point, but obviously I have forgotten that I have a tanker full of slurry. Oh, okay, now I remembered. Oh, boop. I was trying to talk and drive at the same time. But that's why they have flat fronts, right? Right? Alright, now we can finally get back over here and try to put water in this thing. But as you will see, it's not quite as easy as one might think. So these little water points right here for $500, that came with the Omatana Open Gardens. It's awesome. It's $500. It fills really quickly. It fits in tiny places, and it's cheap enough where you can place one wherever you need water. So if you have a thing that needs filling up, you can just pop one of those right next to it, pull your trailer up, fill your trailer and your tank at the same time. Which is what I'm trying to do here. As you can see, my tanker is filling up, and I'm trying to overload water at the same time as the tank is filling up, but I'm not able to find the trigger. I'm not sure what I did wrong, because you'll see I end up in just about that position again here in just a minute, except I'm facing in the other direction and the trigger gets activated. So I don't know exactly what the deal is, but I spend a little time here trying to figure it out. So I'm going to cut right here, and then we'll cut back a little bit into filling this thing up. So I tried over there at the straw fill point, and that didn't work. And then I turned around and I came back at it from the other direction. And you'll see in just a second, I go past it, and I swear I had done this before and gotten just as close. But then this time when I went past, boom, it popped right up. I don't understand it, but there it is. So I can start overloading water now. It took 20,000 liters of a 100,000 liter tank. So, I've still got 80,000 liters in this tank, and I know I'm going to have to fill that up pretty regularly because it only holds 20,000 liters. So I decided to go ahead and put in a second water distributor. It's $1,000 if it can save some time every month by filling itself up. There is a mod by Parzival that will, and I think you'll see it go past here at the, well, maybe not. Anyway, it's a water distribution mod, but it charges you for water every month. So you can pay up to like $8,000 a month to run this thing, but it keeps everything absolutely full all the time. So at some point we're going to have enough money to where we're really not going to miss the $8,000 every month. And I'll just go ahead and install that, and then we'll never have to worry about filling anything ever again. And isn't that the way it should be? This thing has got amazing triggers on it. Everything Omatana makes has amazing triggers on it that are so easy to find, and they're right where they should be. She makes amazing mods, and she makes mods that make the game more fun. You don't have to use them if you don't want to. You don't have to use any mods if you don't want to. You can just play the base game just like it is. But those mods that she puts out really make the game more fun. Alright, so I think we're going to have plenty of water for everything. And we're going to take the tanker on back to the yard. My apologies, but I have absolutely no idea what we're talking about at this point. Oh, the sell point. That's what we're talking about. As of this point, there is no place to sell our straw goods. So we're going to have to put in a sell point, and I'm going to do that right over here by the dealership. Remember, I bought all of this land, so I can put anything I want to over here. And that's a good place. Ordinarily, I would say that's not far away from the production to be, I don't know, fair, for lack of a better word. But no place is. So that's where all the sell points are. All right, and we're going to head back to the yard. And I think that's where we're going to end this episode today. My apologies for the rookie mistake. I hope you still enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy this video, I sure would appreciate a thumbs up or a subscribe. If you didn't like this video, and I certainly understand if you didn't, then post a comment and tell me why you didn't like it. Either way, thanks for being here. I'll see you next time.